Hi, it's Mandy Stewart. I have another art video for you. This one we are going to be creating the symbol called Yin Yang. It's a Chinese symbol, a Chinese term. I had heard it described at some point when I was younger as a little bit of bad and a lot of good, and a little bit of good and a lot of bad, with the black being like bad or evil and the white being good. Since then, as I've gotten older, I've heard it described lots of different ways, and the way that I think of it now is more like opposites, and how opposites kind of attract each other. Opposites want to be together. If you think of like magnets, and how the North and the South Pole attract each other and they'll stick together as magnets. But if you put two of the same things, like two north sides of the magnet or two south sides of the magnet, they like oppose each other and they push off. So I think of it now more as when opposites attract each other, and so they actually work together and they're interconnected. And I just like the idea of two things that are different. Like, think of black and white. The colors are very contrasty, very different colors, and how they come together to make something new or something different. So this is the yin yang. I just created it in what is called an art journal. This is a regular composition notebook that I have that I like to make art in sometimes. So it's just regular notebook paper. It already had some paint on it from something I'd done before, so I just drew right over top of that. So that's why you can see some of these little orange paint spots showing through. To create it, you're going to need basically 3 different size circles. I used a bowl, the top of a jar, and then the lid to the glue stick is the circle. And the most important part is that for the large and medium circle, you want a medium circle that is about, like, if you use 2 of these, it will make a circle. So what I do in the beginning of the video is show you how I measured this circle, so that this circle is 2 of these circles tall. So I can fit 2 of these circles inside the big one. It doesn't have to be exact, but if you can find a large and a medium that work together that way, that's going to help you create an easier yin yang to draw from. When I discovered this way of drawing the yin yang symbol, I was so happy, because I've always just free-handed it, which is fine, but this is just a really satisfying way to trace circles, which you know I love, and to create this very balanced symbol of opposites. So I hope you enjoy this Yin Yang-Ish piece of art. So at the beginning, you'll want to make sure that your large circle and your medium circle are the size you need. So what I'm doing is I'm just measuring to make sure that my medium circle, if I stack 2 on top of each other, they're going to be as tall as one large circle. I'm tracing with pencil first. Since I'm using one of my bowls, I didn't want to get Sharpie on it. So I'm going to start tracing everything with pencil, and then I'll go back over it with Sharpie. It's going to look like we've drawn the number 8 inside our circle, and I'm going to show you with my finger the line that I want to make a little darker. So it looks like half of the number 8, or half of an infinity sign, and I'm just drawing that a little bit darker with my pencil so that I can see half of my yin yang.
Day in, day out, it's the same road we're walking down. Same job, same town, 'cause we've been told that's the way our world goes round. Walking on the grounds we've always known, stepping on the footprints in the snow. But when it melts, the other ways will show. We're gonna make the footsteps on our own. That life can wait, just for a while. That life can wait, so take that aside and just go on.
Once I finish drawing it with Sharpie, then I'm going to erase some lines. I'm showing you with my fingers the lines I'm going to erase. You can already see the yin-yang shape appearing. It's that simple. You can use whatever you want to color the yin-yang in. I didn't want to use a Sharpie to color in that big of a space, so I opted to use some paints. These paints are what are called tempera cake paints. So they activate like watercolors, where I need water to turn them into a paint, but they're not as see-through as watercolors. So you can actually have a white paint, and I'm using it basically to help me cover up some of the notebook paper lines that are in my yin-yang, just to make that part a little bit more white. If you drew this on white paper, there would be no reason that you would really need to color in that section, because you could just leave the paper white itself.
Day in, day out, it's the same road we're walking down. Same job, same town, 'cause we've been told that's the way our world goes round. Walking on the grounds we've always known, stepping on the footprints in the snow. But when it melts, the other ways will show. We're gonna make the footsteps on our own. That life can wait, just for a while. That life can wait, so take that aside.